Today I'm going to find out how the Pint's smaller rounded tire handles wet weather, thick grass, puddles, and slick pavement. I also want to talk about best practices for not breaking your board when it gets wet. First, I need to get to a wet place. We're going to Canada. Okay, so I didn't really come to Canada to ride the Pint in the rain. We came here to see Niagara Falls, and we're getting ready to leave this morning, but my wife was about to take a shower, and so I was like, oh, well, I'll take the Pint out for a little rain test. I want to see how this thing does in the rain. So first off, what does Future Motion say about taking the Onewheel out in the rain? First of all, they say the boards are water resistant, but they also say that you should, when you do ride it in the rain, take a lot of caution with it and try not to really get it super wet, and make sure more than anything that you dry the board completely before you charge it. So that's going to be the main key here. Oh, that was a bigger puddle. So I definitely try to avoid puddles in these things. Okay, so I gotta say, I mean, it handled the thick, wet grass really well. I was very impressed. I thought I was gonna have a problem. It had really no problems with this whatsoever. Oh, woo, dodge the poop. So I also recently stumbled upon a podcast for the voice of the Onewheel. They're also on YouTube, it's TTR Studios, but they had Future Motion on last year actually talking about how the board handles water, and I'll play that clip now. If you haven't seen these guys, you should definitely check out their YouTube channels. Really good stuff. My wife and I actually binged their podcast on the way up here to Canada. It was really fun to listen to. I'll put the link down in the description, so for sure check those guys out.
Waterproofing, waterproofing, waterproofing. When you go up the top of the chain, people want to know, right? Like, yeah, it's not waterproof, right?
Water resistant.
Water resistant.
So
the thing about water is, like, make sure that the charger port is completely dry. Like, if you go ride in the rain and then immediately plug it into charge, like even the tiniest bit of water in there.
So we took our motorhome this weekend up here to Canada, to Niagara Falls, and we're at this riverside park, motel, and campground. It's about 8 or 9 miles from the falls, and didn't have enough time to go up to the falls because, like I said, it's about 8 miles, so it'd take me about an hour, 3/4 of an hour or so. And I think I would just about run out of range based on, you know, what I've seen so far. And I'd have to charge when I got there, and I don't have the fast charger, so that'd take an hour and a half, so it would be like a 3-hour run. So instead, I can show you guys some footage from yesterday when we took our e-bikes up to the falls. I'd love to know if any of you guys have been up there. We're on the Canadian side, and man, the view from over here was awesome. And it was nice to be able to bike there instead of having to drive and park and deal with all the people, because God, it was definitely crowded. Like, this trail that they have here runs all the way along the river, and it connects Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. So we're closer to Lake Erie down here today. We didn't do the whole trail, but we did a good bit of it. Show you guys the view here that we're working with. It's definitely pretty here. And it's really cool here in Canada. This trail runs, I mean, I think it's like 110 miles. I'll have to put up the stats about it. But they have all these really fancy houses that have the view of the water, but the trail, like these aren't as fancy. I'll show you some more. But the trail runs right in front of their house, and the waterfront area is all public. You can see over there. So I think it's a pretty cool mix. These guys get to share. So as we're on our bikes, you know, just riding along, we'll see all these crazy fancy houses and all the people out, you know, having their evening dinner or looking at the water, and, you know, we're looking at the same view, which is really cool. So I can definitely tell you, this thing feels, I mean, just about as solid as it does in dry. I mean, I just kind of cruise on these things. I don't go that fast. So maybe if you're going really fast, you would feel a difference, but It feels very stable. I was worried that this little tire, being more rounded and smaller and slick, would not feel good. Ooh, this is a big puddle coming. Would not feel good in the rain, but it's been fine so far. I mean, it feels fine. It feels grippy. I don't feel like it's slipping or anything. Still feels just as carvy.
Carviness was carver.
Dodge the puddle. Handles the grass fine. Puddle, slow down. Yeah, I try not to just dump the thing, if at all possible. Oh, that was a little bigger than I wanted. Ugh. See, that's the next thing. You can just hop off road, hit the grass a little bit to dodge all of that yuckiness. So I'd love to know how many of you guys take your Onewheels out in the rain. I mean, I don't do it a ton, but I have definitely taken my Plus out a fair amount, and I get stuck in the rain. I cruise through it. I know Sly Dog, I'm pretty sure he goes out in the rain all the time in Chicago and has never had any issues. Hopefully this won't cause me any issues either. Ugh. Ooh, this is thick grass and wet. And it still gets through it. I just really love riding this thing. I mean, I like my Plus, but for kind of riding slow and cruising, this thing is just so much fun. It just feels so carvy, and it's a blast. Nimble. Little bridge coming up here. Looks slick. Let's see how we do. No probs. All right, let's do the turnaround thing. Let's see, let's do this again. Whoa. Thick. Oh, and these like white lines are, if you ride an electric skateboard, I'm sure you know that what these things feel like in the rain. They're sketchy. And they're not a big deal on the Pint. Oh, I'm just wondering, how many of you guys are planning on going to Float Life Fest? It's up in Asheville in a couple weeks. I've been trying to get my wife out on the Onewheel. She's been starting to get a little bit better. She had a really good day on it yesterday. That was only the second time she's had a chance to get on it, and she really improved a lot. It's one of those things, I don't know if we're gonna go up and camp and all that stuff. If she can go and feels like she's up to going, and we might go up and take the beach house there. But I'm just curious how many of you guys are going. Maybe I'll have to meet up with some of you guys. I need to get back because my wife is probably wrapping up her shower now, and then I gotta get the RV ready to ride again. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, hit that button down there below. And I'll have more videos coming out soon. Probably gonna be doing something about our trip up here with the RV. Put that together. Whoa. So what do you think? Think my wife's done showering? We're gonna find out. You done?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. By how long?
A while.
Oh, really? Nice. Like 5 minutes?
I mean, I don't know time, so.
All right. Well, I'm gonna dump the tanks and put this up, and then I'll come take a shower. How's our water level? Do I have space for me to take a shower too?
Same as the last time you read it, hasn't changed.
Whoa, cool. Hope it's working.
I'm gonna turn the hot water back on.
Okay.
Because I turned it off.
E-bikes. Oh, my favorite part of camping. The dreaded tank. Ugh. Yeah.
What is this stick for?
This? Oh, I was just videoing. Yeah. I was making a YouTube video with the little pint here.
Yourself a plate on that thing.
Well, it does it for you. It does it for you. So Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. It's got like a gyro in it, like a Segway. So it will bounce you front and back, but just not side to side. So you got to bounce side to side, but it does front to back.
The stick was in case you're gonna fall.
Oh no, the stick will be way worse if I fall. I'll break that thing. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta throw that thing away. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I figured it had something to do with keeping you upright or maybe controlling.
No, it's no controls. It's all just your body. Yeah.
And then how,
So
I mean, what makes it go?
just leaning forward.
Like a Segway.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
understand.
Yeah. So you're just putting more pressure on that front foot pad, and it knows that you're trying to go forward, and you put less pressure, then it slows down or goes eventually backwards. So
Wow. I just cannot imagine keeping afloat.
yeah. Well, that's what they call it. They call it floating because once you get used to it, it's silent and it feels kind of like surfing or snowboarding. And well, I never snowboarded, but I've never snowboarded, so I don't know. But I only learned to surf a couple years ago, and I'm not good. So if I have a push, I can do it, you know. But yeah, it's a great way to get around. I mean, it's fun. I mean,
It looked like it, but the wet grass is what I couldn't.
I know that's why I wanted to make a video with it, because people kept asking me like, how does it do when it's raining, when it's wet, like, and I was like, well, let me find out. So yeah, so yeah, that was what I was doing today. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, anytime. Get in there, buddy. Oh. All right, guys. You don't want to see that, so I'll talk to y'all later. Oh, no.